Hmm. Can you guys get out of my way? Jesus. Well, I don't know if this is live or not. Uh, I'm trying a new thing today, so it's all sort of new to me. But I want to talk today about courage. I am faced with situations in my personal life. I've been involved in a conference for 20 days now called Humanity Rising. I highly recommend it. Please Google it. Please join. It's free. It's 2 hours if you're in Pacific time. It's 8 to 10 every day, 8 to 10 a.m. every day. And it's going on and on and on, but it's fabulous. So I highly recommend it. And the themes that keep coming up for me is that it's not that we don't know what we should do. It's not that we don't even say and tell others what we should do. It's not that we don't understand what that means for us or what we should do to actually walk our talk. But the fact is, we don't. That's just what it appears to be true. When you look at where we are now, where we've been, where we want to go on any issue, whether it's COVID or climate change or racism or whatever, we've got talk, but we have very little do. We do not do what we say we will do. Now, I can give you lots of reasons for that. We are uncomfortable. It's change. It doesn't feel good. You know, it's this old thing. If you change the way you fold your hands, most people don't keep it very long because it's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel right. So there's that. There's status, or my God, what will other people say? I'm going to get feedback from it. People won't do this, that, or the other thing. And yet, you know, one of our irritations with politicians is that they are not honest with us. So I wonder how these two are connected. Do you think maybe that politicians believe they're going to be punished for saying what's true? Is that a possibility? that maybe people won't vote for them because they said what was true. We've certainly seen that. So there's some truth to it, but it feels like we're in a different time. It feels like people are finally seeing how they're complicit in racism, not intentionally, but not actively anti-racist. People are seeing climate change as an issue, and we're still confused about what to do about it. And it inconveniences us. So it's easy to not do anything about that. COVID is bigger than us, and yet there are things we can do, and we've done them, okay? We wear masks. We keep 6 feet apart. We help others. We drop things off on the porch. We do all these things. I mean, I saw somebody drop something off at a neighbor's porch just the other day, and they kept their 6 feet and they chatted and they still gave them a gift. So there is something different. The COVID and George's death really made a difference at some level. Can we keep that difference? Can we finally find the courage to do what we know we should? I mean, we do know. We actually do know. And it means saying, oh, gee, I don't think you should say that. Or have you really reconsidered this possibility? Or I wish you'd reconsider doing that, because taking that stance, having that courage to speak to others about what we believe. I've seen people talk to people that they think will act so they don't have to. And sometimes that works. But if the person who's talking actually has the skills and the position to do something, it doesn't. If you're in a position to actually take an action that's coherent with what you're saying, then you have to do it. Nobody else can. We have been fed this information for years that we're important, that every person counts. Well, this is why every person counts, because every action you take makes you feel better about yourself, makes you more confident, more trusting of yourself, more sure that you can do the things you want to do, feel better about yourself. And it tells everybody else that they have permission to do that too. What we're doing now is telling everybody that you really can't do that. It's really not a good thing. It's not a good idea, because if you do that, man, somebody's going to beat on you, or it's going to cost a lot of money, or there's lots of stories. There comes a time when you have to say no and follow through. If you're in a situation with a bully, you got to say no. You've got to stand up to that bully, because bullies will never stop. Never. As long as they feel they can push you around, they're going to do it. And we have a perfect model for that in the White House. His photo op was such an attempt to corrupt our federal military. And he almost succeeded. If that general had not stepped up to say, I'm sorry, he almost wanted to quit over that. That's the kind of integrity we need. It's not that you don't make mistakes, it's that you own them publicly and then act from that space so that people can trust you. That's courage. And that's what we're lacking. We need courage. And you know, this is not a video for somebody else. It's a video for you. Where in your life are you not walking your talk? Where do you slide? Where do you want to make your kids love you so you're going to give in to what they shouldn't do? Where do you not tell your boss that this just hasn't worked before and it's not going to work now. I think we fear our lack of skill. And there's some truth to that. But how do you gain skill? Practice. Practice, practice, practice. Same way you get to City Hall or any other place. You have to practice. And we can practice on the small things around us so that we can stand up for the bigger things later. We have to have the courage of our convictions. We have to be willing to do what we say we want to do, we're going to do, we wish others would do. We need to do that. We need to take those actions. They don't need to be huge and they don't need to be perfect, but they need to be taken. I have a renewed sense of safety because that general was willing to say, I'm sorry, I will never do that again. You have to say no, or you have to say yes. I'm going to support this person. I don't care what their color is. When you really understand what other people go through, then there's a time where we have to say no. That's enough. People should not live like that. This is not humane. We talk about we're a land of equality and a land of freedom, but that's not true. It's only true for a few of us. And the words that are being used now are privileged and superior. So those people who are privileged and superior, or feel they are free, are able to do what they want, have a lifestyle, etc., etc. But that's not good enough. And it's not our talk. Our talk is the land of the free. Everyone should be free to become the very best that's possible. And they can't do it when they're forced into what looks like slavery because they have to work or they'll die. They have no resources. They have no ability to save. They have no health care. This is not the land of the free. This is not humane. This is not right. We, you and me, have to stand up and do what we say we're going to do. Do what we say should be done by others. There is no other. It is all us. We are creating the world we live in, and we don't like it. We don't like it one bit. So there is no sense in blaming anybody else. It is time to pull up our boots, say what we're going to do, and do it. And one of the things I'm going to ask you to promise to do is to live your life joyfully. That means rethinking work, maybe. May even rethink relationships. If they do not feed your soul, don't do it. I don't care what it is. Yeah, it's painful for a little bit, and then it gets better. If joy is what you want in your life, you can do it, but you have to make those choices. You have to act on those choices. And you know what they are when they come up, and you have perfectly good reasons for not doing it. But don't listen to that. You want to do what you say you're going to do. And if you're not doing it, don't say it. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to others. We need to have the courage of our convictions. And if we can do that, and we've done it with COVID, frankly. I mean, we've got experiences, wonderful experiences of people supporting each other, singing on their balconies, doing all sorts of stuff to share our connection and our caring with people that we can't touch or be near. I mean, that speaks loud and strong for who we are as a species. And we can't let that go. We need to build on that. We need to have courage to do what we know we should do. Give me a ring. I'm Catherine Alexander, founder of Bridge to Partnership. Would love to coach you into this. And I really would recommend that you go look at my website, bridgetopartnership.com. I've got a wonderful video there from the UN, of all places, and it's fabulous. Talk to you soon.